Welcome back, and in this video we're going to look at my PlayStation 4 collection. And now, I don't have the biggest PlayStation 4 collection, but you know what they say, it's not the size that matters, it's the quality of the game that you have. So, for me, the PlayStation 4 is actually my system of choice so far this generation. The PlayStation 3 is my system of choice last generation, and from the looks of it, again, this is going to be my system of choice this generation. So, I don't have a lot of games now, but once the prices start to fall, I'm sure this is going to be a huge collection in its own. So, diving right in, very first game here is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And I know a lot of people don't like the Assassin's Creed games. I tend to buy them every year. And the reason I buy them is because I like playing them. That's the main reason why, right? So, anyways, this one here, you play as a pirate, and that's kind of the difference between all the other ones and this one here. I absolutely love the ship missions and, you know, getting into these fights with other ships and all that, and hearing the sea shanties, and just love the whole thing about it. And the only PlayStation 4 game I've yet to play, and it's because I just picked it up, is Assassin's Creed Unity. Now I hear this is not the greatest Assassin's Creed game out there. It's probably ranks near the bottom of it, but I'm still going to give this a go just because I'm a fan of the series, and I know Syndicate's coming out, and I'm looking forward to that as well. Next up is Battlefield 4, and I actually don't even play these games online. What I do is I play them for the single-player campaign. I know what you're thinking, play this for a single-player campaign? I do, because this one here has an amazing single-player campaign. I've beat this thing 3 times already, and I beat it on hardest difficulty as well. It shows how well the single-player campaign is put together. So, highly recommend it if you're just looking for a good single-player first-person shooter. I did try online actually, and I got my ass handed to me. Next up is Call of Duty Advanced Warfighter. Not really my favorite Call of Duty game. I'm a big fan of Call of Duty, and I've played it since the beginning. But this one here, no. Single-player campaign, again, it's decent, but online, they come from everywhere, and you get killed really quickly. Next up, Call of Duty Ghost, and this is one I've played a lot online, and I did play the single-player campaign as well. I prefer the single-player campaign again to online just because, I don't know, I get killed a lot, so for me it's not a lot of fun to play online because I'm lucky if my number of deaths meet the amount of kills that I get, so I'm lucky to have a kill-death ratio of 1. Next up, a game I really like is FIFA 14, and this game here, I have not played a FIFA game since probably about 96 or so, and this is the very first FIFA game I've got since then, and I put tons of hours into this game. I love it, and I know there's been other games since then, obviously, but I'm still sticking with this one. Next up, Infamous Second Son, and I'm a big Infamous fan. I played this game actually twice already, good and bad, and all that. I've actually even platinumed this game because, again, I like this one so much. Storylines are really good in it, and it really does kind of bring out the power of the PlayStation 4. It looks like a next-gen game. Next up is Injustice: Gods Among Us, and this is the, what do they call this? The Ultimate Edition. And it's very similar to Mortal Kombat. If you play back by the same guys who made Mortal Kombat. So, I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan. I like this game as well. Next up, Killzone Shadowfall. And this is a game I got right on launch, and I enjoyed it. It's actually my favorite Killzone game. It's not my favorite first-person shooter, but it's my favorite Killzone game, and I really like this one too. Next up, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. Now this one's still factory sealed because I have it downloaded on my PlayStation 4. But I always like to have a physical copy of this game, and I've recently spoken about this game. It's a lot of fun. People complain it's short, but with all the secondary missions or whatever you want to call them, this game's still a lot of fun. Next up, Metro Redux. Now I've played both games, and the very first game was second game I liked. So it took me a while to get used to the very first game because it was kind of slow for me. I didn't really get too into it, but the second one I enjoyed a lot more. Next up, Pinball Arcade, and not a lot of people buy this. I don't know why. I like pinball games. So this one here, what they do is they basically took a whole bunch of classic actual pinball tables and they remade them into video game format. There's 22 tables in this collection here, and there's a whole bunch that you can download afterwards. I have played a lot of this game, and it's so much fun, especially the older tables. The ones that are very simple, I really like them. So I'm a big fan of these pinball games, and for some reason people don't buy them. The Wolf Among Us. Now this one here is factory sealed as well, but that's because I have it on the PlayStation 3. I bought the Season Pass on the PlayStation 3. And again, because at the time it was digital only, when they decided to do a physical release, I picked it up. And this one here is an awesome game. If you like The Walking Dead, you'll like this one. It's very similar to all the other Telltale games, but the story in this one is probably the best out of all of them, and that includes The Walking Dead. Next up is, you probably won't know what this is, Watch Dogs. And Watch Dogs, it got a lot of hype, but a lot of people didn't really care for it. I didn't really mind it. I finished it. I don't think it lived up to the hype either, but I still enjoyed it. And last but not least, this one's kind of out of order because it's collector's edition. This is Sniper Elite, and this, what do they call this one? Just collector's edition. So I've played through this one as well, and this one here, I'm a big sniping fan. I mean, obviously you can tell by my name. I like to basically take people out of range, and that's pretty much in any game I play. If I have ranged weapons, I'll use that over, submachine guns or any kind of close combat knives or anything like that. I prefer ranged weapons. So this one here is actually a lot of fun. It takes place in Africa, and you basically take out a whole bunch of Germans. It's World War II. What else can you say? So what really makes this game stand out though is, I don't know what they call it, if it's like bullet time or whatever, but when you take a shot, it'll actually go through the person and then it'll go to a skeleton view. You can just see like the bones shatter when the bullet goes through, and that's what makes this game, is just seeing all the kills. So anyways, really like this game. Contemplating on actually picking up the Game of the Year edition just to get the extra levels because I like this one so much. So anyways, that is my PlayStation 4 collection. Let's get it off the floor and we'll put it back here. Alright, again, that is my PlayStation 4 collection, and hopefully you enjoyed. Until next time, take care.